What's going on YouTube? Mr. Knife Guy here, and today I'm doing a really cool watch review on the Omega Seamaster No Time to Die model. So, it comes in the black Omega box, and inside is the 007 pouch that it comes in. This is a really cool, like, I don't know what it is, like this waxed type of canvas material, leather. Wrist check, the Omega Speedmaster Hesalite Pro, one of my other favorite watches, and I have a 6.5-inch wrist, so you can see it works pretty nicely with the size of the wrist. So let's dive into this. The only other thing in the box is the booklet that it comes with. The cards are in the back. You have the warranty card, you have the master chronometer card, and behind it you have the pictogram card. One of the really cool things about Omega is if you scan the master chronometer card on your phone, it pulls up Omega's page where it shows you all the test results and everything about your watch. And I think that is really cool. It's also works really good for if you're buying it on the secondary and you want to like authenticate the watch, you know, because fake watch isn't going to have that chip and come up to Omega's website with that. But this one was purchased brand new, so don't have to worry about that. So let's open up the case and check it out. Comes packaged very nicely in the leather case, and this one is on the titanium mesh bracelet. And this is my new favorite watch, and yes, I like it more than the Submariner for a few reasons. The titanium is incredibly lightweight. It's just a beautiful colorway that they've done. This aluminum bezel insert is just really cool. The aluminum brown dial is really cool, and the interesting thing about this watch, with the way that they did the kind of, whatever you call it, the patina that they did, this on all the indices and the bezel, it's all loomed. But when you go out in the sunlight and then you come back in, the color's completely different. This patina, these colors are constantly changing. Sometimes they're really light, sometimes they're really dark, this really, beige, deep color. So that's just something super cool about this watch, is you're kind of always getting a different kind of view of your dial and how it's looking. And the loom on these is just amazing. It just blows me away. It's the only kind of, the Pelagos has always been kind of the loom monster. It's kind of always had the title of that. And while this is not as bright as a Pelagos or even a Submariner's loom for that matter, it's just so cool. The cool factor is off the charts on this one. The titanium mesh bracelet is super comfortable. For what it is from a manufacturing standpoint, grade 2 titanium being made in a mesh bracelet like this, it's just really impressive, the craftsmanship and what Omega is doing. The form factor and how it works is going to be either a hit and miss for you, because either you're going to line up perfectly on one of these holes or you're not. So if you're on a 6.5-inch wrist, you're going to be on the last hole, right? Well, it would be this one, the last hole. So it's going to fit perfectly, but if your wrist gets hot, your wrist kind of starts to swell, you want to move to the next hole, well, it's going to be too loose because there's not enough micro adjustment. And it works, it's not bad, but just the way that the bracelet's going to be on you, there's going to be a pretty big gap in it. It'll still stay comfortable and in place. It's just kind of weird how it works. So if they could have incorporated a little bit of a micro adjustment system somehow, I don't really know how, or even put these holes just a tad bit closer together, and added an extra one. When you scoot everything in, you get one more, right? So I don't know, but you could nitpick everything about every watch all day long. but when it comes down to it, you know, the watch is either for you or it isn't. So really cool on the back. You know, if you've seen No Time to Die, James Bond's with Daniel Craig's last movie, which is one of my favorites. The ending, you know, kind of how he dies in it, just kind of really makes this watch really special from a 007 standpoint. Just a really cool watch design. You have the kind of, you know, the numbers on the back. You know, you have the military inscription on it, you know, screw down crown. It's designated to the Ministry of Defense, Navy, and then you have the 007 and 62 for when James Bond came out in 1962. So kind of a cool little play to military. The commander, James Bond was the commander, and then you have the broad arrow on the dial. So you're getting two broad arrows, the broad arrow on the dial, which for what it, you know, it's just a really cool watch. It's a really fun watch, and we'll try it on here and we'll show you how it fits on me. Real easy watch to kind of adjust the bracelet however you need. Go to this hole here, put it on, and fits rather nicely. Very comfortable bracelet. Just really great watch, right? It stays right on my wrist where I want it to. Sometimes I go to the next hole when I'm out on a walk, or, you know, my wrists are kind of changing in size as they fluctuate. But just a great watch. This one's keeping perfect time. It's running at flat out 0. It does not change. So over the course of a week and a half, it didn't gain or it didn't lose 1 second. On the time grapher, it's running +1, +2. So it's kind of fluctuating a little, obviously, as the wrist. But man, this watch keeps perfect time. Better than my Submariner. You know, Rolex is always boasting that great spec. Well, my Submariner doesn't even run within that spec. So what are you going to do? But the clasp is pretty cool. The bracelet is pretty cool. Such a comfortable watch. It's so lightweight. You know, it doesn't rattle. There's no chatter with it, kind of how you get from a bracelet. It's just super solid. It's got the helium escape valve, right? The crown. There is no date function. There is no date function, which is ghost date. What I love about the watch, I love a no date. You know, I don't want a date on my watch. I don't need to know what day it is when I look down at my watch. And I don't like how it complicates the dial, or it's another thing that I have to set throughout the day. I think that's really annoying. The bezel, you know, it's not, the titanium bezels are always going to be different. It's not quite as good as a Pelagos bezel, in my opinion. And obviously it's nowhere near, if we're comparing to the king of all watches, the Submariner. But for what it is, it's a really nice bezel. The way that they did this with these little scallops kind of here, it is a harder bezel to twist. You know, when I've taken this in the ocean a few times, I take it in the pool swimming, and when you're, you know, I'm always timing myself, and when you do try and do the bezel, it does make it pretty hard when your hands are wet. If you want to grab this thing and twist it when you're in the water, it's not the easiest one to actuate, but really nice bezel, you know, pretty smooth, you know, a very loud click, a very fun fidget factor, you know, so everyone loves a good bezel. It's probably one of your favorite things about it. So I'll always set my bezel and then go about my day, right? So there it is, guys. That's the Omega Seamaster on the titanium mesh bracelet. My favorite watch right now. This is the watch that I'm wearing every day, and you know, just a great watch. I would like to get the NATO strap for it. I think that'll be pretty fun. I didn't get this one, obviously didn't come with the NATO as well, but I hope you guys enjoyed checking it out. I hope you guys like the channel and the content. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for all your support, guys. And like always, enjoy your watches.